Joining me now, former presidential candidate himself and Forbes media chairman and editor-in-chief, Steve Forbes. Great to have you here, Steve.
Good to be with you. Thank you.
This is moving quickly. We have the United Auto Workers Union president saying he agrees with Trump on NAFTA. We have Canada, Trudeau, saying he will be glad to open it up with Trump. We have the president of Mexico saying upon further consideration, we're willing to talk about it. Suddenly, precisely what everybody said was a terrible idea on the left in this country are witnessing the heads of state, heads of unions saying it's time to do precisely what Trump has called for from the outset.
Well, and it's going to proceed. And one thing Trump should consider doing with the Chinese to, you might say, soften them up for negotiations is send the Navy to those. Seriously.
Wait a minute.
No.
This sounds more like war than a negotiation.
No. You send the Navy inside the alleged waters of those.
South China Sea.
South China Sea.
Right.
To make it very clear that we're not going to be passive anymore. You do that, then they're going to be in a frame of mind. Okay, this is serious. We got to sit down, stabilize currencies, no more revaluations, devaluations, and that kind of thing.
It's sort of a form. What would you call that? A benign gunboat run-it diplomacy?
No, it does two things. It establishes a new foreign policy. We're not passive anymore.
There you go.
Also shows we're serious about negotiating.
Yeah, well,
and the exciting thing, too, negotiations take time. The exciting thing is you could get early next year a real tax cut bill, hugely important. And then it'll be a model for Europe and for Asia.
To do some of that, you're going to have to send a gunboat up the Potomac toward the Democrats.
Already happened. It was called Tuesday, the election. That blasted them away.
You're in a bellicose, wonderful kind of mood tonight. That is true.
We need things done.
Well, one of the things that we need done, I think, is a president who is moving at the rate of speed that Donald Trump is. I mean, aren't you impressed with the speed and the quality of people he is bringing together for both his transition team and ostensibly for his cabinet?
Well, this a transition team that you saw reformulated today, that's more like a shadow government of what we're going to see actually in the White House. So that's an effective second stage of you have during the campaign, you have a transition team working. After the election, you start to bring in the people who are going to be real players in your government. But another thing that Trump did today, that he did well today, even though I didn't like it initially when Obama did it, the 23 to 26-year-old provision in ObamaCare where you can keep your kids on until 26, keeping that on takes away a battering ram that the Democrats are going to use against them, that you're going to leave people on the streets, you're going to take it away from the kids. So that was smart. That way you can get the big thing done, repeal the monstrosity, but not suffer political flack.
George Bernard Shaw, and you can change nothing if you cannot change your own mind, is in effect here. And he says, Donald Trump says, the president-elect says, it was a result of talking during that hour-and-a-half meeting with the president that he decided he was going to reevaluate a few elements. And I think that's all to the good. The markets
also disarms the opposition.
Well, I think the opposition didn't come to this fight fully equipped, so I think that's all. I don't think we have to worry much about that. The markets, this we do have to focus. This looks like it may be the strongest one-week performance for the Dow in a Trump rally, following this Trump rally, following Tuesday's election. I mean, it's remarkable what we're watching here.
It is, but it also has to be followed through, and Trump made some noise about it during the campaign. Stop having the Federal Reserve hurting our credit markets so credit can start to flow again to small and new businesses.
You know, I love the ease with which you reach out to the Chinese and to begin to deal with them, and then you put your other arm around the Fed and say, Janet? I mean, this is, you know, I think that he's moving at an amazing rate of speed already, but I think you would move him up to the speed of light here if you had your way.
I think that's the way he wants to go anyway.
Well, we're sure going to find out. And we do know one thing, rate of speed or otherwise, things are moving terrifically, and a great start.
If the Yankees can do the same thing, all will be well.
And there, Steve Forbes has put things right in the New York universe. Good to have you here, Steve.
Good to be with you.